Hey everybody, Ron here with Gamer the Blathering. About to cover 2018's RPG a Day 2. The question or the prompt is, what do you look for in an RPG? And that's kind of interesting. There's a lot of things I look for in RPGs. It's probably why I own so many. I have purchased more than enough to start my own full bookstore. Now over the years I've traded them away or sold them or whatever. I try to keep my collection under two bookcases if I can. It's just a practicality thing. But man, the PDFs I've purchased over the years, I should probably have stock in one bookshelf. But I digress. What do I look for in an RPG? There's a lot of different things. I look for a hook that speaks to me. Examples, Deadlands. When that setting was first being released, before it came out, the advertisement, and I think this ended up on the back of the original Deadlands book, it was called The Spaghetti Western with Meat. And that said so much. You know, you had these undead cowboys and the crazy magic happening and the alternate history and all that stuff. That was a really cool hook for me. Dark Sun, even before Deadlands, this desert world with a crazy take on the classic fantasy races and the idea of magic physically affecting the world environmentally. So cool. I get sucked in by anything to do with, modern urban fantasy, horror. Although I will tell you, with horror, I tend to lean toward action over despair these days. Although I love Call of Cthulhu, but I'm more interested in Harry Dresden type stuff or Buffy the Vampire Slayer type stuff. In fact, as I talk about this, I'm 2 sessions away from wrapping up the East Texas University campaign in Savage Worlds, Degree of Horrors, or Degrees of Horror. I got the S's wrong there. And that kind of stuff pulls me in. Mechanically, I look for mechanics that stay consistent and are interesting and don't get in your way. I hate having to consult the rules every time I want to do something. So, and that could be a challenge with learning new systems. I realize I've been playing a lot of systems for a long time, but Savage Worlds I've been playing since it came out in 2003, and to think of playing one system for 15 years is so odd to me, but I do play a bunch of other systems too. It's just that I've consistently gone back to Savage Worlds on a regular basis. And speaking of mechanics, though, I love interesting mechanics. The stunt system in Age, as seen in Dragon Age, Fantasy Age, Modern Age, and soon the Expanse RPG put out by Green Ronin. I love the stunt mechanic. The crazy dice for the Fantasy Flight RPGs that started with Warhammer Fantasy 3rd Edition and evolved into the Star Wars games and now Genesis. They're interesting mechanics to me. There's some interesting character creation mechanics out there that I find cool. Some of them are new, like Traveler with its life pathing and the mind mapping you do in a game of Smallville, the Cortex Plus RPG. Those types of things pull me in. So it could be story, it could be mechanics, and when the mechanics aren't wonderful, I've got some mainstay game systems that I can use to play around in those genres, regardless of what the mechanics might be that come with a given game. I also like to support games that are created by cool people. There's no other way to put it. People with good community connections that I maybe agree with on a philosophical level. People that are good to their fans. That all means something to me. That's why I am a Savage Worlds fan to begin with. I was buying some Deadlands stuff as it was going out of print, and I had just recently picked up Savage Worlds, thought it was cool. Ordered some bennies along with some last minute Deadlands stuff, and something got messed up somewhere in an order. I don't remember what it was. But my first impression of Shane Hensley was, to make up for it, he threw in a second set of bennies. And this is going back forever ago. He didn't know me. I wasn't, somebody he had to go out of his way to treat as well as he did. So, the folks at Green Ronin, Nicole Indrus is amazing. She's like a superhero. Chris Pramus is lucky to have her. That's all I'm going to say there. And some icons that are just good people. That's what I look for in an RPG, and it's a lot. And it also means there's a lot of different things that can draw me in. So it's why I have ooh shiny syndrome when it comes to my games, and why I'm constantly switching the game. Actually, we're going to be talking about longevity sometime this month, and I have some things to say on that, so maybe something for you to look forward to. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hopefully, we'll have day 3 in time like this one is, and until then, do good, avoid evil, and play more games.